This antique trunk is a family heirloom. It came into my possession today. It is in fairly reasonable shape, considering that I believe that it is was purchased originally in about 1886, when my great-great-grandmother took a trip from Louisiana to visit her home, her childhood home in Baden, Germany, in a little town called Niederhausen, which is outside Freiburg. So these locks don't close anymore, but they don't look to be damaged. There's a little bit of damage right here on this piece of wood, but otherwise it's just mostly just age and rust. This wood on the top here is finished. There's wood slats on the bottom, however, that look unfinished, but they look like the original. These metal pieces look like they are part of the original. It's got these wooden slats in the front that go up and down, and then this up and down orientation is distinctive, and I don't see many trunks searching online that have them vertical like this. Generally they tend to be horizontal. On the side here they're horizontal. These wood slats across the top are distinctive from a design that was patented in 1880. So that dates this trunk from a time period between 1880 and 1915, which is consistent with the family story. So we look inside. It's got a bit of a musty odor, and there is some staining, but it's not terrible. This paper covering is as the original. I believe that this leather piece is actually part of the original, so that's in incredibly good condition. This opens up. There's a little container with a drop-off back there. If you look at the this piece right here, it's got a slight angle. Looking from the side, it's not straight up and down. And then this piece here broke off. That was a tab that's supposed to lift up from the back like that, and then you can see it goes like that. Then we can just take this out, and inside there's the same paper covering the wood. It's incredibly sturdy, even after so many years. You can see some of the paper is coming off right here, but there's no evidence that this has ever been refurbished or repainted. There's this pattern on the metal. This is black metal. On the bottom it was painted black, and this right here was probably painted black. It's hard to tell from the rust, but I believe that this pattern was deliberate in the original and looked better. If you look close, even inside the lock here, that pattern continues. So maybe there was some gold or something, and then maybe this shiny metal against it. It's hard to tell at this point. This is the trunk, according to family history, of my great-great-grandmother Franziska Förstel from Niederhausen, and I believe that this was the story is that this was on a trip that she took overseas to Germany in 1886 with her second husband, who was not my great-great-grandfather, a man named John Hottendorf. Her first husband was Johann Schwarz, and that is actually the name my mother was born with. So there we go. So the front of this right here is probably the most distinctive part of this that I'm not seeing in other trunks online. You see this, I saw one picture, and it was the identical trunk online, and identified it by these additions and corner pieces, this little flower thing here.